So you love to travel, you have a phone or a camera, love to take pictures and videos. So how do you make money from this thing and not waste your time? Like, what do you shoot? That's a great question. And what we're going to talk about in this video is I want to give you a bunch of ideas, 10 big tips on what to take photos and videos of when you're traveling to make money from microstock, okay? So the number one is, why capture these moments when traveling and make extra cash? Number one is it's a lot of fun. It really is. It's like hunting, but you don't have to kill anything. Plus, you're already traveling. You already have, a good camera or maybe a phone, so why not, right? It's really a pretty cool thing to do. So the number one tip is you want to shoot both photos and videos, okay? Photos sell faster, but videos sell for more money, okay? Why not do both? Double your chance of a sale. Maybe somebody wants both. And another tip too is, when it comes to both of them, like a video should be 6 to 15 seconds, right? And horizontal is better, like this way, okay? For videos, this way is better, okay? It also depends on what you shoot. If it's like a skyscraper, then obviously this could be better. But generally speaking, horizontal is better, okay? All right, next up, it really comes down to supply and demand, okay? Like most things in life. So you want to shoot things that other people don't shoot, okay? For example, a lot of people are shooting, landmarks like the Eiffel Tower, right? So it's going to be hard to get noticed if there's so much of the Eiffel Tower on these microstock platforms. So you want to be something different, okay? And that's going to be better. So you want to think outside the box, and that's what we're going to give you in this. Well, I'm going to give you in this video. All right. Number one is everyday street scenes, right? Capturing normal people going throughout their daily life sells better than staged stuff. It could be people walking, shopping. If you're listening to the photo or the video, and there's people in there and you can recognize them, then with editorial photos and videos, you don't need a release. But if the person's recognized and is for commercial, you do need a release. That's how they both work. Hopefully that makes sense. So if there's like a brand or a person in there, then just do editorial. Or you have to get them to sign a release, which is trickier. There's an app on your phone where you can do that. You can ask somebody if you want, but it's more work. But generally, commercial sells for more money. I hope that makes sense. All right. So you want to think outside the box. So some great things is at a park, right? Job site, those are great for business. Hospital, doing something strange like street yoga. If you're, traveling, you see that. You see something strange, take a photo of it, take a short video of it, boom, upload it. You never know. Eating, exercising, getting off the bus, stuff like that, okay? Another great tip is off the beat places. I love doing this when I'm traveling, is going like, strange alleyways, not at dark time, of course. You want to be safe when you do it. But like less visited temples, right? Some small rundown towns, unconventional travel methods, close-ups of exotic flowers, like family-run businesses like bakeries and tailor shops, everyday life in small villages, something like that. Anything strange, like this video. This is pretty strange. Look at this cat. What the hell is he doing? And now, obviously, I got to point this out. You don't want to overdo this and go crazy. This is just a fun little hobby that we can do and make some cash at, right? This is not like every second taking a photo or video and going nuts at this, okay? You just want to space it out. You see something kind of cool, you take a photo of it, right? You take a video of it. That's it. It's not too complex. Lifestyle and travel concepts are great ideas too. A couple holding hands, a travel with a backpack and a camera, someone fishing, someone setting up a tent or cooking a meal, boom, while camping. These just give you some ideas that kind of get, brainstorm on what you should take photos and videos of when you're traveling. A close-up of hands holding a passport, ticket or boarding pass. You get the idea. All right. Next up is architectural detail. Yeah, like vintage street signs, unique old-fashioned mailboxes. In fact, I just discovered something today of a really cool mailbox with some art on it, and bam, I took a photo of it. You never know, right? It's pretty cool. Old water fountains, alone lamp posts on dusk or dawn, iron balconies with some unique flowers. Street graffiti is great. I took a lot of street graffiti photos as well, videos. I love that stuff. Okay. Cultural festivals and events. These are great because it gives you an excuse to get out of the damn house, right? And it's sexy. Anything different and unique that people aren't used to. A little while ago, we went to a pirate festival, and of course, there's a lot of stuff, content right there. Boom, pirates. Street parades, music festivals, garden festivals, sports tournaments, religious proceedings and pilgrimages, all that kind of stuff. It's all real cool. Go and check it out. Take some photos and videos of it, okay? Nature and landscape. Here we go. This is like, when you're a kid, you ever do this? When you had the scavenger hunt and you had to find weird crap, But with this, we can make money from it. There you go. Unique things in nature, right? Force you to go out there and take a hike. In fact, a long time ago, I did the Pacific Crest hike through Oregon. That was such a painful experience. I walked across Oregon. One time I ran on water on a mountain. I saw some couple begging them, "Have some water, man, because I'm the water." It was so painful. My first day, I sprained my ankle on that thing. I just kept going. I just lived in a hammock. Just lived outdoors. But here's some ideas, right? Mushrooms are funky in the forest, right? Cool stuff. I feel the grass, powerful waterfalls, rivers, the details of a spider web covering in the morning dew, close-ups of insect life, stuff like that. You can kind of mix it up. What you want to do with these platforms, and what my goal is you want a variety of content out there. So you have a lot of fishing hooks, like fishing, but you don't want to spam the same thing over and over again to these platforms, like the same exact tree, like just from a different angle, right? You want to mix it up a little bit so you have more variety out there and you have more of a chance of making a sale. All right. Business settings are great. This is something I need to work on, and they have a lot of appeal, more appeal than other things. So when you're traveling, be on the lookout for, a stylish dressed business person, a local vendor at a market interacting with somebody, close-ups of currency, credit cards, person at the ATM, when appropriate, right? A delivery person on a moped, right? Stuff like that. Here's some ideas. All right. Another one, too, which I even talk about is medicine. That's the one very weak area of mine, which I would love to take more. I was actually at the hospital. I had a family member go, how all this content all around me in the hospital, I could have easily captured it, And I was learning about like the EKG monitors, and I was like reading about it. I was like, wow, that's crazy shit, how this thing works, boom. Be on the lookout for it. Just some, as you're going up throughout your day, right? So the hardest part about all this is really just uploading the content. And the cool thing is what I do is I do like 10 at a time, because you want like batches to make it easier. And I use AI to do all the heavy lifting, and it'll come up with all the tags for you and stuff, and you can steal what I'm using. And I've been uploading to these platforms here, and there's more, but I don't try to go too crazy at it. And there's services where you can pay to upload as well, but they get a cut of it. And what I've been doing is when I upload it, is I've been just, listening to some rock music or a good podcast or this YouTuber who has these scary stories. So it's not too bad. A little bit now and then you could do it. And the time flies by. And one last thing I want to talk about is equipment. And I've had the shittiest phone in the world, and I still made money at this thing. So, obviously, some of my work's got rejected because of the light quality. So a better phone or better camera is still a good idea if you can do it. But don't let the perfect equipment be an excuse not to do it. And there's that. And, microstock photos and videos is a great little hobby where you can earn some extra cash. But just remember, keep your sanity, and it should be fun. If you're not having fun doing it, then don't do it, right? So don't go too crazy. Don't get stressed out that you missed a shot or, whatever. Travel, enjoy life, upload photos and videos, and I kind of kill two birds with one stone. So if nothing sells, I still have a blast doing it. Okay, so that's my mentality. All right. So hopefully this video was a little bit helpful. I made another video too that has a lot more tips on microstock platforms and really how to make money from it. If you want to check out that video, I'll put it at the link somewhere in here. You can click on, you can check it out, and I'll put it down below as well if you want to view it. So it has a lot more tips on submitting content to these platforms and how to make money from it, from your photos and videos and all that kind of stuff. So even more tips, okay? All right, well, hopefully this was helpful. You have a wonderful rest of your day, and you take care. Bye.